This conference will now be recorded.
Right, let's start today's session. In the last session, we were discuss about uh, how to deserialization. Sorry, how to serialize the data. Serialize the data in the sense we can retrieve the data from database. But let's try to do this. No, this is deserialization. Also, we completed. That means how to insert the data, which is passing JSON data to Python type. Python type is converted into complex type only. Okay. So deserialization process also we completed the last session. Just for insertion way, I'm telling. But today we'll look into more examples like how to update and how to delete the records also. Deserialization concept. That means all the operations at a time I'm going to show you. Okay. So here you can see JSON.dumps method I use. First, let me explain the application, what I did in the last session, that is REST app 2. In this REST app 2, first I create a model. So this model is there, manager model, name, address, mail, age is there. After that, I included this model into admin.py. So now you can see model admin.model admin is there, ID, name, address, mail, age. ID, name, address, mail, age. This is the purpose of including this model into administrative panel. By looking this administrative panel, we'll get ID, name, address, mail, age. Next, we can accept values at runtime also. That also I'll show you. In the REST framework, Django REST framework, separate API views are there. In that view, there will be provided in text box. That text box values we can enter. Yes, we can accept the values. So now you can see model admin is over. Now coming to this serializer.py. We create a serializer.py, and in this manager serializer of serializer.serializer, name, address, mail, age is there, and we used create method for inserting the data. So next we have used like a test.py. This test.py through we are testing with our API. So mainly view is there. You can see views.py. In the views.py, I used create manager. If request dot method equal to post, then this body should come from test.py, this body of the data, and it should be stored into JSON format. That is JSON data only. JSON data we are converted into bytes IO method, which is available in IO module in the stream object. This stream object is a binary format. This binary format is converted into Python data by using JSON parser, because this is binary format. Finally, we are supplying Python data to serializer object. This is model serializer, manager serializer class object only. This serializer dot is valid means if the valid data, then it has to save into database. Data is inserted into database, it says. Okay. So let's try to run this once application. Now you can see to run this application, Python space manage.py run server. Python space manage.py run server. Let's run one. Let's run once. First, I have to go to admin panel. What is there in admin panel? I have to show you. Click on this. Let's go to admin panel first. /admin. Now admin user, super user is Mohan and Mohan. Now you can see this tab to managers. We have inserted previously one record. Okay. Now today I'm trying to insert one more record. Let's see this. After that, deletion, updation, all the operation will pop up. Let's start the server here. If you want to test this API, compulsory we have to start the server in one local window. And after that, we have to test.py, we have to execute into other local window. That is, here I'm inserting new record like this. Sai, Sai at gmail.com 33. Now let's open this plus symbol, new window. We have to move to your application back, REST app 2. Inside the REST app 2, we have to test this test.py. How to test.py? Python space test.py. Once we use test.py, now you can see data inserted into database. Let's go to here and refresh your manager class, manager table. It's inserted new record successfully. So similarly, I have to perform what operations? Other operations also. Okay. Suppose if you want to update the data, then we can use update. So how to update the data? I will show you. If you want to modify the data, so modification is required. But how to update the data here? Okay. So updating purpose compulsory in serializers.py. How we create a method called create method for creating record. Updation purpose also we have to create one more method. Only creation and updation purpose methods are required, but deletion purpose, reading purpose not required. So now I'm creating one more method here in the serializers.py update method. So update is a built-in method. You can see update of self comma instance comma valid underscore valid data validated underscore data is there here. This is update method here. So once I hit this enter button, now you can see in this update method, I have to take instance. It's my first parameter. No, then which values you want to update, you can write it here. So I want to instance name. I want to update equals to validate data dot get method is there of what field I want to update name field instance dot what actually data instance dot name only, sir. This is for all fields only because name, address, mail, age is there. So same code we have to write mail, address, mail, age also, sir. We have to write same code address, mail, age also. So let's try to do this. Address here also address. Here address. Next what actually mail and instance mail. Next what age, here age, here age. That's all. So this is updated purpose. I'm taking this all fields. I want to update data into database. Once updation fields are there, then immediately we have to take instance dot save method only because I want to save this one. So same thing, whatever we save, I want to return this instance also. What record is instance updated. So this is required sir update method for updating purpose in the serializer.py. So now we have to create a view for update also. In Django REST framework, in the view section, okay, we have used up to now only what method? Post method. Post means inserting record. But for updating record purpose, what method is there? Put method is there. I will show you. Put method is what even we can do partial updation also. So I'm trying to write code in put method now because update method is required actually. So let's try to go for update method, put method, sorry. Here we have to write put methods are inside the function based view. Look at here, this is the method is post now. Here, same line I have to write code. What code I have to write? If method is what actually put only. Same. If request dot method equals to put, same we have to write. Same code you have to write. Same code means just I would like to copy this code, sir, because instead of rewriting again, previously what I have written, same code I'm copying and paste into here, sir. If we try to paste here, then it will be easy to edit. So one more time, I'm pasting this code. Here I'm taking instead of our post method, what method I'm taking? Put method. This is common, sir. JSON data equal to request dot body common. Stream object is common. Py data is common. Now you can see I want to update the updation purpose, which ID, which data you are trying to updating. That is important, sir. Actually, based on ID only we have to update. So that stream data is common up to here. But next, what I'm trying to do, I want to update the ID only. So ID equals to py data, py underscore data, okay, py data underscore get ID only. ID should transfer here. So this ID only I want to update. So what I want to update, so this is my query set manager equals to, manager means query set object is. So manager dot, okay, objects dot, model name is there. So just wait a minute. Manager equals to manager, model is not there. So how to get the model? So here we have to get the model from which application you are working with. REST app 2 dot models import what model? Manager model. So I have to create object for manager. So manager dot objects dot, what we have to use? Get ID equals to ID only. This ID I want to update. So this manager data I'm going to pass into serializer object. So here you can see I'm passing this manager data into serializer object only, manager object. This value I'm passing to this model serializer like manager serializer class. This ID based whatever the record, it's going to be updated only. Now again same code. If serializer start is valid, save, and remaining things are data updated into database. Data updated into database. If everything is fine, it's okay. Otherwise, an error should come here. Okay, this is the way to work with updation, sir. But updation testing purpose, we have to go to test.py again. So let's test the updation purpose. Now you can see here only we have written previously code for insertion purpose. So now we are using multiple options here. So that's what we need to do. Better to take what we can say methods only. Whenever we call the particular method, then we can able to do these operations. So method through I'm going to take, sir. So how to take methods through means just try to understand. So for example, here I'm creating method. This is for post method. Posting post underscore record I'm taking. This is function, sir. In this function only, I'm including this data, sir. Okay, this data posted. Now you can see inside the function only, I'm taking everything, data and print data, everything inside the function body only. In this function body, I'm using this total code. Whenever you want to test the inserting record, we have to call this post record function. So how to call this? We have to call this post record method only. This is method calling. This is. But right now I have already checked, posted the record into database. So I'm commenting this. Now I want to create one more function for what purpose? Updation purpose. So for updation purpose, I'm creating one more function, sir. So for updation purpose, what I'm taking, update record function I have to create. So let me copy paste this code. So no need to write again and again, or else let's write once. Okay, update record, update underscore, what we can say, data. This is my method name, sir. Inside this method, I want to write the code for update. So here data I'm copying. Which data you want to update, that data you can modify this inside the update method for testing. So data equals to Durga SR Nagar address, durga.gmail.com and 45 age. This data I want to modify, sir. How to modify? Again, we have to take this JSON data like this. Let's copy this. Now here I'm placing here. So JSON data equal to JSON.dumps.data r equals request.post.url JSON data read. Now we have to call what actually update record. But main thing is what I have to call this function. Whenever we call this update function, update data function, this will work. But here main thing is we have to clearly mention which ID you want to update, sir. ID number 1 I want to update. This is very important. If you don't pass ID here in the test.py, in the view section, we clearly mention, no, sir, updation purpose, which ID you want to update. ID equals to pydata.get.id. So this ID only updating here. So here you can see this is the Django REST framework method. It is put method means updation here. Okay. This is clearly we have to use. See patch method also there. Patch method I can include in the next upcoming session. But here only, if you want to do partial update, you can do partial updation also. Simply here we can able to do partial equals to true. So here we can use partial equals to true. In case you are doing partial update equal to true only. You will come to know that how to do partial updation in upcoming session by using patch method. Right now I'm using put method only. This is view section only. And this view section, whenever put method, then it is update actually. So let's try to URL also there, test.py also there, everything is ready, sir. You have to test the project only. How to test the project? So already we have test.py is there, no? Yes. So in this test.py file, what method we are calling? Update data method we are calling. In this update data, what number I'm passing? ID number 1 I'm passing. So ID number 1 is going to update Durga SR Nagar Durga at gmail.com 45. But before that, let's check in database. ID number 1 is Mohan HYD Mohan at gmail.com. So this will be update, sir. Right now, one more also there previously, that is post record. That post record I'm commenting the calling the method. I don't call the method this. I need not to call. So we have to use create manager compulsory. So this is the URL. In this URL only, I'm using this one only. Let's go to URL section once. In the URL section, what is there? You can check it once. URL section, nothing is there. Same view is there. Same thing is there. No need to change the URLs. Directly project level URL is there and application level URLs is there. So create manager only. No problem. Let's start the server, sir. First, you can go to local window, start the server. After server started only, you have to test your project in the local 2 window by running this Python space test.py. So once I run this, data is inserted into database is saying. Why? Let me show you. Because what data inserted? Why it is inserted? Third record Durga SR Nagar update. This is not an insertion, sir. Something went wrong. Let's check just that. See, here create manager I'm using. It's my see create manager. Sorry, it's my mistake actually. The URL link is only create manager because whenever we go for create manager, it will go to view actually. So which view is going to execute this create manager view execute, and if method equals to post is okay, but here I'm checking condition. if method equals to put only. Then why it is not available? Just give me 1 second. I think updation code is wrong in the test.py. URL I'm preparing on top of the one. Now you can see URL is okay. In the update method, we have to use json.dumps, but we forgot to use here put method. This is the mistake, sir, which I'm doing. In the test.py, this put method I forgot. That's what it is. Still, it is inserted into database only. So this is be careful here, okay? In the test.py. In the post method, we use post only. In the test.py, we are using put method now. We use put method only. Previously, post method only I used. That's what it is posted the record on. Let me rechange. ID number 1, I'm taking Ganesh. ID number address is Amirpet, I'm taking. So Ganesh at gmail.com I'm taking. Age is 49. Now this time save the changes and go to local window and restart the server. Now you will get record is updated. Now after that here you can go to here, run the test.py. Now you can see we got the updated data into database. Data updated into database. Let's go and check out ID number 1 is updated or not. ID number 1 is updated. Ganesh Amirpet Ganesh at gmail.com 49 only. Okay, this is the case. Next, same thing we have to do what, sir? Let's go to view section. In the view section, if request is method equal to put, then that is update. If request dot method equal to post, that is what inserted. So in these two purpose, like insertion purpose, updation purpose, compulsory, serializers.py class should have the create method and update method. But for reading the records and deleting the records purpose, serializers.py class py file should not have any method, not required at all. So I'm going to show you two more options here. This is completely CRUD operations using API test. Now let's see this one more method I'm trying to create. First, we have to go to view section. In the view section, this code I'm going to copy and paste it because this is common code only. If method equal to post, I have used previously. Now this time I want to do if method equals to delete. Delete means deletion also possible, sir. Let's try to copy and paste here. Here we have to paste, sir. Indentation levels, be careful. So I'm taking here if method equals to what, sir? Delete. If method equals to delete, we have to write the code for deletion purpose. It's very simple, sir. Deletion purpose. JSON data is common, request.body. This is also common. This is also common. Okay, but here again, ID also we have to supply. So deletion purpose, updation purpose, ID is required, sir. So that's the reason I'm copying this ID. Then which ID you want to delete, that you can decide after PyData. Now you can see I'm copying this same ID. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. So this ID. So now manager object I'm passing into this ID. This simply no need to take serializers.py directly. We can able to delete the records are here. So simple here serializers.py we are not supplying directly ID record will be deleted. So what record ID record is deleted, manager.id is manager.delete only directly. Manager.delete method is there. Okay, now if there is not required, if serializer start data, all these things condition is not required directly, you can mention it. So what is that result value? So now you can see manager.delete. Here we can go for result JSON data, JSON data. So record is deleted here only. Okay, this code I'm removing, sir. Yes. So we are returning completely JSON data, deleted data clearly. So result message data deleted from database. So this is the message, sir. If I'm using delete method, JSON data requested body, that ID is coming from there, and directly we are deleting that result I'm returning to the end user. So for deleting purpose, you have to use test.py. I can comment this update method. So I can use delete method. So in the test.py, we have to write code for delete only. So delete data purpose I have to write. So let's create a method delete underscore data. It's my delete method. In this delete, I'm trying to use id equals to 2. Second id I want to delete. Okay, now JSON data. This is common, sir. Let's copy and paste into here. But for deletion purpose, we have to use what method? Instead of put method, delete method I have to use. This is, be careful. Every time you have to change. We have to call this method, sir. Let's call the method. We are calling this method delete underscore data. So method calling, method will call. Whenever method will call, ID number we are supplying two number will be deleted and it return result as data is deleted from the database only. So you have to comment update data, post record. Now this time you can see delete data only method I'm going to uncomment, means I'm calling this. So let's start the server and do it here. So right now in the database, how many records? 1, 2, 3 records are there. Right now I'm using delete method through second record I'm deleting. Let's go to local and restart the server first. Once starting the server, then you can go to local to window. In the local to window, test.py. Now you can see data deleted from database. Once the data is deleted from database, go to back and refresh this. ID number 2 is deleted. So this is deletion purpose. So reading purpose, yes, if you want to read the data from database, already we discussed in the first example, but even though I'll tell you once again, all CRUD operations, deletion is okay, put is okay, updation, post is okay. But now I'm trying to use get method. Get method in the sense deletion, reading only. Let's try to copy this code and paste into here. If method is post, this is okay. If method is get, this data I want to execute. Let's try to copy and paste, sir. Now you can see here, if request dot method equal to post, JSON data equal to request dot body. Here I'm going to use get method, sir, because I want to get the records from database only. So in the get method, I'm trying to get. This is common JSON dot request dot body stream object. Now you can see parts like this. So if you want to, what we can say, this get data method already we have included in my previous lecture. Let's try to run this. Let's try to copy and paste there. Okay. Step 1, I think views. No. This is different. Let's try to use get data method. Okay, let's try to write the get data. So in the view section only, let's try to add the method. If request dot method equals to what's are actually get. If request dot method equals to get, sir. If get JSON data, stream data, py data common. This I want to copy up to here. Let's copy and paste into here, sir. After this, ID equals to, because based on ID I want to get py underscore data dot get, then ID comma none, sir. ID comma none. Okay, this is. idata.get id comma none. If id is not none, if id is not none means something id is there. Then I have to go to manager query set object equals to manager dot objects dot get that id record I want to get only. Id equals to id. Okay, now serializer equals to manager serializer object I'm creating, and that manager query set I'm passing to that. Okay, serializer equal to manager query set I'm passing to that. Next here, this is common, sir. So this is result is not required. Okay, serializers dot render dot serializer dot data only. This I want to retrieve. So return HTTP response JSON content type equals to application JSON. This is what actually, if ID is not none. Okay, this has to be written. Now sometimes you can see here manager dot here. If else manager equals to, sometimes I want to get all the records. Manager dot objects dot all. All method means all record only. Now you can see serializer object equals to manager serializer many equals to true. Manager serializer comma, this is manager and many equals to true I have to use, sir. Why? Because all the records I want to get many equal to true. Done. Again we have to call JSON dot this thing out. So this is what all records reading purpose. This is what only particular ID record the reading purpose only. This is reading the data. What method is there for? Get method is there. I have to go for test.py. In the test.py, let's comment this one and now create one method, get underscore data method. And in this in this I'm passing ID equals to none. So data equals to, data should come from database and stored into here. If ID is not none, if ID is not none, now you can see data equals to ID should get from database, particular ID, whatever we are passing. Then JSON data, this is common, sir. Let's print here. JSON data dumps of data request dot, what actually get method we have to use, because we are getting the data, JSON data equal to our JSON record. But two things are there here. One is get underscore data. We have to pass which ID you want. ID number one I want. So ID number one. Only if you don't want to pass ID number one, you will get all records. First, let me comment all record data. We are supplying ID number one. No, ID number only one it will come. So is there one? Yes, one is there. Let's try to run the server and start the test.py. I'm running the server once. Control C. Start the server. Now you can see. Let's go to local window and test.py. Hit this. Once we use, now you can see only ID number one record is in reading here, because of we are passing ID number one only. In ID number one database, what record is there? Ganesh record is there. Same similarly, if I comment this one, uncomment this one, if I comment this one, get data means what? Actually now this time we will call, now you can see this code will execute manager dot all. objects all only. So many equal to true. So let's start the server. All records are coming from the database. Only two records are there. Two records are reading on. This is about complete record operations using what actually serializers.py and how to test your API by using test.py only. Now, once you look into this in the view section, we have written many types, same code only, but methods are changing. You can see get, delete, put, post, same code. But this is only practical purpose only, sir. In our upcoming session for inserting data, getting the data, this many lines of code, no need to write. We will not write also. Even I'm not encouraging to write this type of code in real time also, because in Django REST framework, there is a lot of flexible ways to write these operations. Very simple way we can write, that is called API views are there, generic API views are there. So using that generic API views and API views, easily we can able to fulfill the requirement. This is for idea purpose and knowledge purpose, how the data is going to be flow, what's going to happen, from where to where, what to what converting. So just idea purpose, I included this lot of code only, but don't write this type of code in real time. They'll not accept because it's a lengthy code. Why I'm taking this lengthy code every time? Because you have to understand the flow first, then after easily you can able to understand the built-in classes purpose only. That's what I included this many logic only. This is completely function based view only. But even we have to do same operations with same logic, class based view through also we have to show that, so that you will get idea how, if the class based view is there, how we should write. If the function based view is there, how it is coding is process. And if you want to test, then we are testing this test.py. But in my upcoming session, even I'm not going to test my API by using this test.py separately. Then we will go for mechanism called browsable API testing only there. Browsable API testing means automatically Django REST framework will provide browsable API testing mechanism. Whenever we run that, automatically browser window only will show all the methods: get, delete, put, patch, post, everything. So in next session, you'll understand clearly all these things. So that's all for now. See you tomorrow again.